New at noon, a revised back-to-school plan for Duval County students. That plan includes 3 options for students, safety protocols, including requiring face coverings on school buses and in school, and the 5 things that parents need to know before the first day of school. Good afternoon to you. I'm Katie Jeffries. So Superintendent Dr. Diana Green released a revised back-to-school plan this morning, which she is calling the Bridge to Normal plan. Now, parents will have the option where they can choose from in-school, distance learning, or fully virtual schools for the start date of August 10th. Meanwhile, some teachers are protesting the starting of school in the fall, saying that it would put their lives in danger as well. So our Leah Shields was at that protest this morning. She joins us with the latest.
Duval County teachers are meeting in a parking lot, getting their cars ready to drive it past the Duval County School Board and make a statement. And some of their signs really do make a statement. This one saying, if the school board can't meet in person, then why should teachers, staff, and students? In bright colors, teachers are writing strong messages to the school board. Teacher Stacy Dern helped organize the rally to give teachers like herself a voice.
We were asked over a month ago what we wanted, and at that time we were not a hot spot. We were not surging. Our numbers were fairly low. We all thought by August it would be safe to return. We were never given another opportunity to say, based on current numbers, based on current information, what do you think is best now?
After one lap of honking around the Duval County School Board office parking lot, a security guard taped off the area. I spoke with this teacher on Facebook Live who says she feels like her voice was silenced. In a virtual meeting, the school board said they plan to ask the state to allow a hybrid options for students 6th grade and up to allow part of their schooling in person and part online.
We have enough people with serious concerns that if we don't get the opportunity to start online, and not just for some, because now we have us introducing a new chaotic situation where some kids are going to go online, some kids might be hybrid. They're all paying attention to this meeting and seeing what eventually rolls out Thursday.
Dern says Thursday is when we should know a more concrete plan from the school board. Until the vaccine is widely available, these teachers do not want to return to school until there is 2 weeks of